Come on in, pull up a chair, and take a load off because today I'll be unboxing and taking a first look at Riftforce from One More Time Games and Capstone Games. And we will jump right on in after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As mentioned in the open, today I will be taking a first look at Riftforce, which is from One More Time Games and Capstone Games. It's designed by Carlo Bordolini with artwork provided by Miguel Coimbra. The game is for 2 players, ages 10 and up. Plays in around 30 minutes, does carry an MSRP of $29.95. But I do want to point out right now, as of this recording, you can order from the Capstone Games website and score Riftforce for $25. So save yourself a little bit of money. All right, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got Riftforce. The title of this just makes me think of Jean-Claude Van Damme in Riftforce. So if you happen to catch my Gen Con interview with Clay Ross of Capstone Games, we did talk in some detail about Riftforce, and this seems like a pretty cool dueling card game. So let's flip it on over to the other side. Take a look at the back here. It says, "The rifts changed our world. What once seemed lifeless began to rise and awake. Lead an alliance of unique guilds, each controlling powerful elementals. Gain rift force by destroying your opponent's elementals or by controlling the locations along the rift and rise to eternal power." All right, let's jump on in. So I believe, if memory serves, there are 10 factions, and each player chooses 2 factions, and they shuffle those factions together into their deck. And I think, in order to win the game, I think the first player to get 12 Rift Force is going to be the winner. I do want to mention that the fine folks over at Capstone Games were kind enough to provide me with this review copy. Of course, this is not a review. You just saw me take the shrink off of the box. But I do want to point out that they were very kind and did provide me with this copy of Riftforce. All right, let's jump on in. So we get, looks like a pretty short rule book here. A punch board with some tokens. I'm assuming those are our Riftforce points. Taking a stab. And then we've got a couple of decks of cards and some baggies and a bit of an insert so things don't flop all over the place in the box. All right, so the first thing we're going to take a peek at here is the rule book. And what are we looking, 12 pages maybe? Yeah, it's 12 pages. I was going to say, it's very, very small. So we're getting a breakdown of the components. Goal of the game, destroy your opponent's elementals and control locations along the rift to gain rift force. Player with the most rift force at the end of the game wins. Okay, I guess maybe it's not 12. So at the beginning of the game, you choose 4 guilds each, with which you will face each other in battle for Rift Force. Each guild consists of a summoner and 9 elementals. Oh, so you're actually using 8 of the guilds. At least that's the way the rules read here. All right, looking at the setup. So we've got different locations which make up our kind of our board that we're looking to try to control. So you've got 3 different actions you can perform. You're going to perform one action. Looks like the players are going to alternate. So you can play. So you can play up to 3 elementals from your hand to locations on your side of the rift. They must either all show the same symbol or all show the same number. So we can also activate. First, discard 1 elemental from your hand face up into your discard pile. Activate up to 3 elementals that either all show the same number or all show the same symbol as the just discarded elemental. Okay. And then what was our last thing that we can do? So this looks like this is still more info about activating. Oh, check and draw. You can only choose this action if you have less than 7 elementals in your hand. Check if you control any of the locations. You control a location if at least one of your elementals and no enemy is present there. You gain 1 Riftforce for each controlled location. Move your Riftforce marker forward on the score track accordingly. You can choose this action only. Oh, I'm sorry. If you choose this action, only you can gain Riftforce, even if your opponent controls locations at that moment. Okay. Oh, yeah. So here, game end. As soon as you reach 12 Riftforce, the game end is triggered. Finish your action completely. If you started the game, your opponent still takes 1 action. If your opponent started, the game ends immediately. That way you both get the same amount of actions. And then the player with the most Riftforce wins. Okay, so it's the 12 Riftforce is the end game activation. So we got some frequently asked questions there. We got some general FAQs and FAQs about the guilds as well. And as you can see, punchboard just pretty small. It's about a little smaller, or about the size of a dime. So they are dual-sided. And this looks like these are our victory point, or I should say our Riftforce trackers over here. All right, so we've got these 2 decks of cards. I'm just going to use the hobby knife. It's usually faster than me trying to get these things open. So I can see here, these are the location decks right here. And I believe, I'm not sure if they go in a specific order or not, but I believe you line them up like so. It's like, this is our score tracker. Yes, I know it doesn't go on top of that. I'm just showing you. So it looks like that's our Riftforce tracking right there. And it looks like we've got 5 locations. So we're going to take a look at some of these cards. The artwork looks halfway decent. Looks okay. Let's see what we've got here. I will point out, cardstock's pretty nice. They do have a linen finish as well. So we've got some 6s with lightning bolts. We have 5 with snowflakes, 6 with snowflakes. Not as much different art as I was expecting, to be honest with you. So it looks like each of the factions have a single image, I'm guessing. That's kind of cool. Some sort of plant monster. So it's like we go 5, 6, 7. It's like these are some sort of darkness monsters. So that is that deck of different cards. Let's take a look at this one here. I understand that this game is just super easy to jump right on into and learn. You figure you've got 3 options. What you're going to do on your turn, you're going to do one of them. All right, so here we've got some different art. These look like special cards, or they're actually it's for each of the guilds. So it looks like each of the factions here. Right, there's our right there. There's our player aid. Play, activate, or check and draw. So those are your three options as far as what you're going to do. All right, so then we got the rest of our guild cards. That's fire. This looks like that's wind or air. Earth. And sea or water. And finally, we've got lightning, which we had some lightning cards in the other deck, just a few. All right, so we've got the two decks. Well, I should say it really breaks down to we've got 10 faction decks. We've got some faction or guild cards, which these might stay out to tell you what special ability happens with an elemental if you play it. So, as you can see, then of course, here are our actions. And that is what we'll find in Riftforce when we take everything outside the box. So we've got the cards, the tokens, we've got the 5 cards that make up the landscape of the rift. And then we also have some tokens as well. Might as well just bag these up and put those into the box. All right, come on. It's like, what's with this bag? It's plenty wide enough. All right, so pop these in here. There's our token punch board as well as our rules. And that's what we find in Riftforce when we take everything outside the box. Of course, I will have a review of Riftforce in the very near future. So stay tuned. Once again, Riftforce is out now. It is for 2 players. And you can get it from the Capstone Games website for $25, which saves you a little bit on the MSRP of $29.95. I don't know how long that special is going to be in effect. All right, that is it for this time out. Once again, I should point out, if you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. Will not only let you know when I upload videos such as this first look, also let you know when my live stream, The Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs right here on YouTube, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news, as well as more first looks at tabletop games. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you so much for watching. And until I see you next time, here's hoping each and every one of you gets to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your very own gang. Oh, you're still here. Well, while you're kicking it, how about subscribing to the Gaming Gang channel? Or seeing the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch? Or finding out what YouTube recommends you check out here at my channel? And of course, don't forget, get your geek on at thegaminggang.com.